What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, Machine Militia. Dude, check out these new stringer tanks. I was just wearing it. This new stringer tank, available at TigerFitness.com. Dude, these are fucking badass. Check it out, guys. See, you know what? I've been at a lot of gyms this year. I mean, I've trained at LA Fitnesses all over the country. I've trained at some of the most hardcore facilities, the Power Station, 4 different Metro Flexes. I mean, I've been from recreational to intermediate to fucking hardcore. I've been to every single gym you could possibly imagine. And I noticed a couple things. I do notice that there are some people who are very, very, very determined to make gains. And they go in there, they have their notebook, right? I don't fucking have a notebook here. What kind of desk is this? So I have a notebook, right? And I open it up, I'm writing shit down, right? Every set, I'm writing it down. I'm hitting my 80% 1 RM for 3 reps, and I'm doing all this, and I'm doing all that. And then usually I have the big guy, the advanced lifter, the guy who might be on a little bit of supplements. That guy goes in there and he just pounds out, lifts either some nice controlled reps, reps it out, gets the pump, gets the blood flowing, basically delivers them friendly supplemental nutrients to his body. Or you get the guy who just goes reckless, like, seeing Johnny Jackson or Branch Warren train, just see someone who's a fucking animal. They're not writing down weights. They're not looking at 1 RMs. They're just getting as heavy a weight as possible as they possibly can for as many reps as they can. I mean, I saw Johnny do like 80 reps on leg press with like 5 plates, and it was crazy. And one thing I do notice is that usually the guys who meticulously write things down on every single exercise, they don't make the kind of gains that the guy, and it goes against everything I've been taught scientifically. So I actually disagree with this video. So I'm disliking this bitch right now. I'm thumbs downing it. I'm serious because I'm just like rambling about something I've noticed. And I think I have a solution that kind of brings in the empirical anecdotal shit and ties it into the scientific stuff, if I may. Now, again, I have said on this channel billions of times, well, actually probably a couple, but fuck it, we'll say billions. Hyperbole is the word of the day. We've said on this channel billions of times that progressive overload is the main way to make gains, to build muscle, to provide a stimulus to create hypertrophy within the body. And here's the deal, man. What I'm saying now is pretty much the opposite. I'm telling you to go fucking all out. Now, while I notice that the bigger and better guys just go all out and do either natural or enhanced, I've seen both. Actually, one thing I learned from my man, my rich homie Sean. Okay, rich homie Sean does something that I think once you look at, you have a prime mover, okay? Say you're doing legs. So you have squats. Okay, let's say you're doing chest. So let's say you have, incline bench press, barbell press, or let's say incline dumbbell. And then you have back, let's say you pick deadlifts, shoulders, shoulder press, biceps, straight bar bicep curl, triceps, skull crushers. You get it, so a prime mover for that given muscle group. What I found to be a very effective, and I'm even doing it now, way of doing progressive overload while still tying in the bro factor is, check it out. You pick that exercise. Let's say you do incline bench press. So that's where you do your progressive overload. So you do the pyramid rep scheme. So you have, let's say, you start out with 180 for 3 reps. The next week you do 185 for 3 reps. The next week, you do 190 for 3 reps. So you're progressively overloading that muscle. Or you go 3 to 5 reps. There's many ways to increase, and the video is not about this right now. It's about setting it up. But look at ways to either wave load or load up so you're increasing your weight every time. And then you do a deload, and then you go back to doing the progressive overload. But again, progressive overload isn't going to be linear, because if it was, I'd be benching about 8,000 pounds right now, because I'd have gone up 5 pounds every week, and I'm really fucking old. So find a progressive loading scheme that works best for you and work in a deload every 6 to 12 weeks to give your body that rest it needs. But look at increasing weight and or reps every single week. So I think, let's say if you do 270 1 week for 3 reps, go for 275 or 280 next week, you know, for 3 reps or even more. So the first exercise will be your prime mover for a progressive overload set, right? And that's when, after you do that progressive overload set, I like to move on to more of a 2 to 3 exercises, let's say 2, for the same muscle group. Let's assume you're doing a bro split, okay? 2 to 3 exercises of a more hypertrophy type rep range. So that's where you do a rep range between 8 and 12. Do 2 to 3 exercises of that. So let's say you did your incline bench, then you move on, you do, let's say hammer bench press, hammer strength bench press for about 3 sets for 8 to 12 reps. And then you do incline, and then you do, let's say, incline dumbbell flies for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then you have the flush set at the end. So for the 4th exercise, you do a 15 rep set. Okay, so let's say you choose cable crossovers, do 3 sets of 15 reps to get the blood flowing. Now, all you guys are gonna say, oh, well, that doesn't do anything, you gotta do this and this and that. Now, you've only done 4 exercises. So you still have time if you wanna add in another body part or 2, or if you're on an upper lower split or whatever. Obviously for an upper lower split, this won't really work as well. It's a lot of fucking exercises, but it kind of will, because you can do 3 exercises for chest, 2 for shoulders. Now for shoulders, you do that prime, you don't, let's say you do that prime mover, the shoulder press, and then you either do a hypertrophy type rep, set or the other. So you're keeping it to 2 sets of shoulders. So it can work for either one. So essentially you're doing the progressive overload set, the hypertrophy set, and then the volume set. And I really like that setup. I think it's really good. I think it's going to work. And I'm going to actually build out some programs for it for my clients in the long term. But as I've been noticing things, I mean, the thing about me as a trainer is I progress. I have over 20 training programs in my arsenal. And I think they're all equally effective, and they're all not even close to the same. Because the best training program is the one that works best for you and the one that you enjoy the most. For me, I enjoy picking one body part and beating the shit out of it. Now, like for example, today I did chest, as you could probably tell. Now my chest fucking always looks like this. It's the one thing God gave me, that and a huge cock. So I mean, you know, as I did chest, I did 4 exercises for chest. I did my prime mover, which for me is hammer strength, because I do still have this nagging injury right here. And then I did incline flies for my hypertrophy range. Okay, incline dumbbell flies after I did my hammer strength where I progressively overloaded. And then I did 8 to 12 reps on pec deck. And then I killed it with a, and then with a press, then I killed it with pec deck where I did my flush sets of 15 reps. So I did that myself, but then I also did triceps. I did 2 sets of those on the hypertrophy range. And then I did core training. So it's up to you how you want to set it up. But my clients all get the programs, and they know that they have the right to move it around as they deem necessary. As long as you're hitting that body part, if you like a certain exercise and how it feels, or maybe it hurts your knees or it hurts your elbows, you know, maybe find an acceptable alternative to hit the muscle group better if you feel it better in that muscle. We're all built differently. We all have different insertions, different extensions. I love inserting. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you need to find out what works best for you. I know that sounds cliche, but we are all different. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Remember, at TigerFitness.com, you're not just a number, and not being a number, that's not